Peace, I'm Ease, and this is EbonyWholism, Holy Tarot, where I connect to the divine, my ancestors, my guides to bring forward a message for the collective based off of the recent past, current, and near future energies. Remember that tarot is a tool to guide us into deeper introspection, to help exercise our intuition, and ultimately to bring us into our power and allow us to co-create our future that is not here yet. The future is right here, right now. So as I was tapping in, getting ready to connect to you all, I heard your heart is blocked. Your heart is blocked and you don't even know it. I'm talking to those of us who are actively calling in love toward us, actively in love ships, love relationships, because it's the fact that we don't even know it. Even I'm even talking to some of us who are not looking for love, but feel like they're good where they're at. Don't feel like they're lacking any love, right? You've been calling in love through your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra, and then it gets stuck at the heart. So we've been calling in love based off of like what we want to experience on earth. Like, I want a partner, I want children, I want a house, I want to be able to travel with my partner, I want to build a family. Like, these things are materialistic, believe it or not. They're pentacle energies, they're root energies, they're here on earth, they're tangible, and they have like matriculated down from a thought, idea, dream, premonition into the realm of possibility and out into the earth. That's the root chakra. The sacral chakra is based off of desire and passion and just what we want. We feel our body yearning for a partner. We feel our body yearning for love, yearning for companionship and loyalty. And then we move up to the solar chakra and we call in love based off of what we more than what we want, but what we believe we should have. What we believe we should have. And this is separate from worth. This is based in faith. This is based in deep belief. This is like, I've watched everybody else in my family line get married, have kids, It's more based off of ego than anything else, but at a spiritual level, it's a divine knowing. It's another like feel. It's like you sense this is right. You sense this is what your body wants. You sense this is what you want, right? And then we move up to the heart space. And now when we talk about love in the heart, when we talk about learning what love is and self-love and understanding our worthiness, this is all in the heart space. Also, when they say like hide God's word within your heart, like when you're looking for God, God is love. You can enter right in through the heart space. This heart energy is pure, unconditional love, and it starts with the love you have for yourself. It starts with unconditional love, starts with self-love. Unconditional love starts with self-love. And when you love yourself, you understand that you are more than yourself. Okay? So that is what I mean by the heart is blocked. We are calling in love, but through many different portals, and we're not accessing it through love. And anytime I'm talking about love and I'm like, if you want to learn a lesson about love, ask love. If you are searching for what love is, what love feels like what is love, ask love. Go straight to the source. God, your heart space, right here, this space right here. So we need to open up our heart space. Yes. So that is the message that came through. 16, light. There's a surrender. We're getting stuck at that solar plexus chakra, and we're living there because there we have ego. That's our ego center. Like in human design, That is our ego space. And there's nothing wrong with the ego. We are not, we came here with an ego. No need to try to get rid of the ego. What we need to do is to come into relationship, come into right relationship with the ego. We don't want a relationship where it's like parent and child, like parent telling the child what to do, child doing the opposite, doing whatever they want. That's one example of the relationship that your ego and your highest self, because that also is the center of the highest self. The highest self and the ego, they're partners. Talk about love. Talk about calling in love. You have to understand what it is that you need. What you need is what you are quote unquote lacking, but it's not about lack. Anything that you're lacking is just because you won't see it. Not because you don't have it, is because you won't see it. You refuse to see it. So when I'm thinking about what we're lacking and how we find relationships and how we end up in relationships, all of our relationships are karmic. All of our relationships are to learn a lesson. Okay, even if they're long-lasting, beautiful relationships, maybe the lesson was about sacrifice. Maybe the lesson was about surrender. Whatever it is, you're learning, you're growing. Nobody here on earth, that's why we start as little babies in bodies and then like we literally expand. That is exactly what's supposed to be happening within us as well. That is exactly what is supposed to be happening in our consciousness as well. As we grow older, in years and in experience, we are supposed to expand. And what is expanding? What is expanding? Is the heart expanding? Is the energy expanding? No. The capacity is expanding. The capacity to love is expanding. The capacity to call in abundance, to hold abundance is expanding. You understand? This is a number 7. A number 7 is about a spiritual alignment. Being in spiritual alignment is going to align you to your partner. I mean, that sounds so cliche, and aren't we sick of hearing that? Aren't we sick of hearing that? It's very interesting to me that her fingers are out of the water. We have medicine woman and forest bathing. Medicine woman and forest bathing. So they came out with all the green. So we were here at the solar plexus. We had to get that out. And now we've made it to the heart space. Look at all of that green. Just seeing the image of this greenery, of this nature, of just the color green has already opened up your heart space a bit. Has already cracked open your heart space. I want you to look at these eggs in her hair. Eggs in her hair, a nest at the head. What are we seeing? What are we sensing? What are we feeling? Self-love, self-care, taking care, mothering, nurturing, growing. What? Hibernating, incubating, 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 incubating. What about the heart space as an incubator? Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. What about the heart space as an incubator? 10. I love 10. I love seeing 10 in readings because the 10 is the 1 and the 0 is the none. 0 is portal. 0 is what you move through. 0 is the transition. 0 is not a destination, it's a transition. It's a loophole. It's a threshold into a new paradigm, into a new existence every time. Every time. So it's the 1. It's a new beginning. Forest bathing. Begin to connect to nature, y'all. I don't care. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your relationship is to nature. We must get in right relationship with nature. Nature is our teacher. We know this. These are things that we know. These are things that are just universal law and things that we say and we don't practice. Things that we say and we don't practice. I'm a part of the collective, y'all. I just want you to know. I do practice though. But I'm not perfect. We need to get into nature. We need to get one with nature. If you don't live in a place where you have access to nature, or you're still growing your comfort in nature, just watch a video. Watch a video. Read a book about nature. Listen to stories about, people's experience in nature. Because then we have medicine woman, which is the 8. 1 and 7 is 8, and she ate it up. She ate it up so much that she became nature. And when you can understand that you are nature just as much as nature is nature, that is a certain freedom, liberation, access, and capacity. Imagine the capacity of the earth that holds us, that holds all of us, okay? Imagine the capacity of the ground that we walk on, that we stomp on, that we trample on, that we jump up and down, that we pay no regard for, that we do not show enough gratitude for. Imagine having that type of capacity. Only to imagine. Only to imagine. So you go from the light from without, because that's that ego. That ego is pulling on from the outside, the light from the outside, okay? The high self is just in a very steady, consistent pull of energy from the inside. Now we're coming into balance. Now we're figuring out what on the outside do we actually want to pull from, because everything that's light ain't bright. Everything that looks bright, that's what it is. Let me take that back. Everything that looks bright ain't light. Everything that is bright ain't light, okay? So what light do we want to pull on from the outside? Nature, there we go, the elements, fire, wind, water, earth, mineral. Once we understand that, and we become nature again, we become natural again, then we can tap into the supernatural energy of love, which is unconditional, which is God. And if it's God, then it's omnipotent. The capacity, love already has the capacity, but do you have the capacity in your body being for the love, the unconditional love, that is? Because we, just like they be saying stuff like, oh, I don't know what God you praying to, but my God, Lord, please. Anyways, it's like, I don't know what love you're calling in, but the love I'm calling in is unconditional and has a wide capacity. Because some of y'all are calling in the love that looks good, feels good at certain parts, but ain't good. Everything that's bright ain't light. All right, we're gonna pull some tarot now. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Who am I speaking to? I'm using traditional Rider-Waite tarot. These are like gold foiled cards. If you're interested in decks that I use, I will tag them if you let me know. If you let me know, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Let me know that you're listening. Let me know that you're resonating. Let me know that you want more of this content. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I've been talking a lot about my girl, 9 of Pentacles. She has worked for everything that she has. And because she has put in the work for everything that she now has, everywhere she goes, she can pack up all of her things and take it with her. She's never missing out on anything. She lacks nothing. Every relationship that she gets into is just an addition. It's like extra, an add-on. She's already the whole package, the whole meal. This is an add-on. Anything is an add-on. But you have to know that, and you have to believe that you can get up and you can move from a situation that is not serving you, that is not in alignment with unconditional love, that is not in alignment with self-love, that is not in alignment with God. You can feel safe to get up, pack your shit, and leave and not have lost anything. Hallelujah. Not have lost a goddamn thing, okay? Knight of Swords is in reverse. And the 8 of Wands is in reverse. So I feel like you're having a very hard time leaving this relationship, and it's extremely abusive. You're having a hard time leaving, and it's extremely abusive. I mean, it's verbally abusive. It's physically abusive. Like, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for you. And for some reason, you don't feel like, you feel like you would be losing too much if you were to get up and go now. The Tower. Yeah. First of all, it's terrible. It's terrible. And the 2 of Swords in reverse. So you're in a relationship, and it doesn't only have to be romantic. This could be with your family too. I feel family members. I feel romantic partnerships. I feel even jobs. But you should not be enduring this type of abuse at work. That's ridiculous. Maybe you just work with this person. Maybe they're your boss. Yeah, this person is ruthless. This person is ruthless. And you really, they have instilled a narrative in you that, like, if you were to leave them, you would lose everything. And that is the furthest from the truth. That is what they are telling you. That is their only power, is this false narrative. It's feeding you this false narrative. That is their sole power that they're relying on to get what they want out of this situation and to get away with the abuse and mistreatment. But that is so far from the truth. In fact, if you were to pick up your stuff and leave, the only person that would lose anything and everything is the counterpart. They would be losing big time. But I feel like you feel stuck. You feel stuck. And when I was talking about the 9 of Pentacles and referring to the 9 of Pentacles as a she, it is feminine energy. It is feminine energy, but it does not have to be a she, because thank Goddess, tarot is non-binary. Tarot is gender non-conforming. Has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with energies. We're talking about the yin and the yang. And we're talking about the divine, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But just know, honey, just know that there has to be something in between that as well. Not one thing, many things. It's a spectrum. It's a sliding scale. A sliding scale. Yeah, so we have enough. We have what we need. 7 of Cups. Are you? This is the first water. This is the first water. I wanted to say, are you an air sign? Am I talking to an air sign? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or am I talking to a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer? Maybe the other person is a water sign. The other person is a water sign. I believe that you are an air sign. 7 of Cups. Yeah, this person is manipulative and lying. Manipulative and lying. And also, yeah, this is like narcissist behavior. Because I can see that sometimes it's really beautiful, sometimes it's very good, and it's giving love bombing. So it confuses you. It makes you feel like, oh, you know, this person really loves me. Like, everybody has to go through, you know, a little rough times. No, but you be going through a lot of really bad, rough times that you do not have to go through. And this is all because your heart chakra is blocked. This is all because your heart chakra is blocked, and the only way that you're able to receive love is through the root, sacral, and solar. And this is very, these three chakras at the bottom are very connected to the earth realm, to the physical realm. So this, like, it might be a nice intimate life. You might have the things that you want, the house, the cars, the things. It might look good on the outside. It's feeding the ego. It's feeding this stereotype. It's feeding an image. But when it comes to the heart and up, the spiritual realm chakras, blocked. And because you're stuck at the heart. Because you don't love yourself. You got things, you have the things, and you've worked hard for where you are now, but you don't love yourself unconditionally. Sometimes you stop loving yourself to the point where you think that this abuse is okay. You think it's normal because you stop loving yourself. You stop seeing yourself as a child of God. Justice. And this is Libra. Libra energy. More air. I might be talking to a Libra, but we are in Libra season. So the energy is very air oriented. The energy is very Libran right now. And the Justice card is, I'm happy to see the Justice card. It's about finding the balance, balancing out the scales. You need balance. The heart chakra is the chakra that connects the physical to the spiritual, that connects the lower to the higher, the upper. We need to come into balance. And I see you getting more serious about coming into balance. I see you speaking up for yourself. I see you making a plan. I see you starting to understand the imbalance, the unrequitedness. You're starting to experience way more abuse than the good things. 4 of Cups. Yeah, but you just believe that you'll have nothing if you leave. And I don't know where that belief is coming from. So if I'm talking about somebody in a romantic relationship, this energy is coming from your childhood, how you were brought up. Because I do feel like, I feel the energy of parents here. I feel the energy of family here. And I've felt the energy since we first started this. I think that this has to do with childhood wounds. I think that you have abandonment issues. One of your parents might have left you, and you still don't understand why. You don't understand, not only do you not understand why, you don't understand how. You don't understand how they could do that, and to be able to live with this narrative in your body, to be able to go to sleep with yourself and wake up with yourself every single day in order to remedy this heartbreak of your parent leaving you, of this abandonment wound. You feel indebted to not leave this situation. You feel indebted to never be the reason why somebody has an abandonment wound. You've taken that responsibility for yourself. And we can't control the timeline and the experiences of other people. But until you, like, there is no reviving this relationship. There is no reviving this relationship. There's only leaving. If you want to go towards your happiness, you have to definitely get out of there. If you are trying to move towards your happiness, it's in the opposite direction of this connection. I'm going to leave that right there, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You can also visit my website, EbonyWholism.com, to book a private reading. I will never hit you up. I will never send you messages. I will never ask you for money. The only way to book is through my website, or if you catch me on live on TikTok, where I look like this and I show up like this. If anybody hits you up, DMs you on any platform, it is not me. I have one name, EbonyWholism, on all platforms.